In fact, I'll give you an example. We were trying to reclaim land in the Pobo for them to leave. There was no sand. But the Pobo borders the auction. And we couldn't get enough that we had to stop with just 50 hectares. Our target was 100 hectares. But we stopped with 50 hectares because there was no sand. Or except you go to the Goni axis and haul sand, and that would be too expensive for us to continue. So if you go to Rumeprecom Road, you will see a heap of sharp sand waiting for construction. What is delaying it? The first thing was rain. The second thing is that we need to pay compensation. And we are valuing the houses.
Compensation
to the owners of the houses.
Okay. You've actually paid loads and loads of compensation, but there was also the talk of compensating those in the waterfronts you destroyed.
We did.
So are you done with paying compensation to everyone?
In fact, there's just more money remaining because of which the money is there in the bank, but the money is outstanding because there were false claims. And we have asked those who say they have not been paid to come forward and make their claims, but they must have in mind that the moment we see that it is false, we are prosecuting them. But they have come forward. The money is there, about 200 million.
In these road constructions, it is believed that sometimes the contractors, aside from waiting for compensation and the rains, some contractors just come there, dump the things they need to dump as if they're on ground. And some others just pour the heaps of sand there, but at the end of the day, the contract is being delayed.
Oh, I thought you were saying they are not working. I would have said, is it in this state? If you say yes, then I'll challenge you that when we finish this, we'll take a ride in my car and I will show you the route.
Excellency before the challenge. Now, how do you ensure that these contractors push along to meet your deadlines?
Look at Precon Road, you can't blame the contractor. Government has the responsibility of giving right of way. He doesn't have right of way. What did he do? He just gets the road passable. Makes the road passable for the people to go. Before he got in there, it was impassable. You couldn't drive on that road. Now he's made it passable.
But for how long is he doing the remediation?
He has finished. Remediation is not a problem. People still drive on that road now. So he's just parked there with his equipment, waiting for us to pay compensation. There are two roads you're talking about. I'll help you talk about one, since maybe they're not talking about. The Lepawa road is the same. The contractor is on site. In fact, he's working from the back and doing nothing, just because he's waiting for us to also pay compensation before he can start demolition. You know, I ask my critics one question. They should name one government. It's not being modest. You see, it make you a bit arrogant. That has done the volume of work that we have. I met 1,300 primary schools in 50 years. They were built by different people, different governments, different local governments, including local governments in the state in 50 years. In 5 years, I have built 500. Those primary schools were 6 classroom blocks, no toilet, no sanitary condition, no auditorium, nothing, no computers, nothing. In 5 years, I have built 500 primary schools. I promised to say 750. But in 5 years, I have built 500 primary schools, 14 classroom blocks, 16 toilets, an auditorium, office for the headmistress.
Do they actually use the computer labs?
They do. Yesterday, I had a meeting till 1. She was in the meeting with the contractor whose responsibility is to run the computer labs, teach the children and all that. And I was telling him I will revoke your contract. Because I went, you know, the problem is if you say, I'm coming to Lekaya Primary School, they'll prepare, buy fuel and diesel and all that, and you see. But unfortunately for them, I don't tell them which school I'm going to go to. So last week, I went with the governor for your state to St. Andrew's Primary School. There are 4 schools in that place. Only 2 had power. Said they were owing him. Commissioner for Education, see that. Commissioner, Permanent Secretary of Education, see that. 2 of you see that. Who is owing who? And the commissioner says, listen, I have paid you 2.8 billion naira for you to furnish and run 75 of those schools. You have not completed. You've completed only 50. He said, no, he has. I called the director of SSS. They have the facilities to determine what is happening in which area. Let them give us information before 12 today. If there are those schools that he has numbered to have completed and they are running. But I told him, I went to St. Andrews. Out of the 4 schools, only 2 had power. And you can't tell me that you can run computer without power. So what you are saying now is to make sure that it's efficient, not that it's not there. But I'm saying, as I say, I need to be modest, but people make you immodest. So they should tell me in 50 years, with so many government, both military, civilian, and local government, they have built 1,300 primary schools, 6 classroom blocks, no sanitary facilities, nothing, just classrooms. And in 5 years, I have completed 500 of the 750 I promised, and I'm furnishing and equipping them. And you need to go.
Any plans, or what have you done for marine transportation? Or is there no need for it?
No, there is. We have 5 vessels, but because we brought in when the militancy was high, we couldn't run them. And they're still there. And I think we need to address that. Because they're still there. I'm sure some of them would have started leaking by now. It has capacity for 70 kg of goods and about 100 passengers, air conditioned, 5 of them. They're there at the naval base.
They're rotting away.
They're rotting away, exactly. Because we need to do something about it. It's important that we do. Because if you didn't mention it now, a lot of people, your brain is processing quite a lot. So you may forget. So, but that is in place. We have even trained those that will have to man them. And I wonder why it's not in place. Because we can actually move passengers from Choba into the city without necessarily having to come by road.
Yeah, it's very key that that comes on stream, because if you already have a mobile marine clinic,
we do have that.
Yeah, if you have that already, because we went around and we were told about that when we went to the health facilities. If you do have that, that means it has to take care of those who actually fly those routes on water, as well as those who also live in such communities.
No, the problem with that is the problem with the marine. That's why governors, my colleagues,
we can classify your state as one of those water, should I say, state riverine areas.
Yes,
so that is why it is very key.
I'm talking why I said no. I'm telling you why I said no. When the governor takes office, the first thing he does is that he listens to everybody and implements what I call government by proposal. So people bring so many proposals. When those who brought that proposal for the marine hospital came, we thought it was a wonderful idea. But we also had in place a policy of building health centers in almost every community. So by the time this marine hospital came in, we had built health centers in those riverine communities and employed doctors. So where would the vessel go to? To where you already have health centers that the patients are approaching, or to the hospital. When we bought it, our idea was, okay, well, there are no hospitals, there are no health centers in those areas, so you just take it from one village to the other and treat patients. Now, if you go to those villages, how will you treat patients when there are doctors already in the health center? So we need to address what to do with that. The only thing you say it can do is possibly be found on the sea. If there are sea accidents, then it can treat patients, but not too many sea accidents. Just imagine the quantity of diesel you will lose, or fuel you will lose every day having to put that vessel on the road. It's one of those policies. It's not a bad policy, but it was. I think we didn't think through, or if we did, we didn't imagine that we could have completed the health centers that we did at the time we did.